Hey, this is Sam Black with my first match with Lantern Control in Modern, and I'm playing against Matej Zadelkai. Don't actually remember if I ever knew what his... Oh, I guess he's on the European team, so I think it's most likely that he's playing Death Shadow, but not guaranteed, of course. I think that I can keep this hand against Death Shadow. I have an Abrupt Decay and an Ensnaring Bridge. That's what I'm looking for. And this hand is just fine in general. Needle is not very good against Death Shadow. And my opponent has mulligan to 5. Which makes me think probably either Death Shadow or Dredge. If I wanted, I could fire off a turn 1 Needle on something like Street Wraith or the Neonate or whatever it's called, the vampire that loots. But I think I'm just going to play my land and pass, rather than make any assumptions about what he's playing. Alright, well, I'm glad I didn't make any assumptions. So this is probably, in fact, possibly Bant Eldrazi. I think I want Codex Shredder here. I already have a bridge, and I basically just want artifacts to turn on my Opal more than I want additional lands. I don't care about the order. So there are spots where I Codex Shredder my opponent to try to find something surgical, but I don't want to do that against Infect because it turns on Become Immense. So I'm just going to Codex Shredder myself to give myself options for Academy later. Let's pop out my graveyard. I had an Inquisition, which is not useful. So now I am going to Needle Nexus. And that's interesting. Why did he want that to be a creature right now? Cycling Twisted Image. That has to be the answer. So he's going to cycle Twisted Image. Now I have to figure out if I want to Abrupt Decay the Noble Hierarch. I think the answer is that I don't. I think I want to save Abrupt Decay for an Infect creature since I have Nexus dealt with. Although, no, that's pointless. I have Ensnaring Bridge coming down next turn. I should just kill the Hierarch. I'll wait for him to tap the Hierarch to cast Twisted Image. And the reason that I'm waiting is in case he also has Blossoming Defense or Vines. think that I want to just surgical the Noble Hierarch to figure out what's going on, and because Noble Hierarch is their best way to win through Ensnaring Bridge. Obviously I wait until his draw step to do that, to maximize my chances of snagging one from his hand. Agent Strike, slip through space. Alright, now let's see, what outs does he have to Ensnaring Bridge main? Hostile Splashing, Become Immense, Bladed Agent, Blossoming Defense, Breeding Pool, Forest, Probe, Elf, Groundswell, Nexus, Might of Old Krosa, Misty Rainforest, Mutagenic Growth, Pendlehaven, Vines, and Lands. So nothing. So all I have to do is cast Ensnaring Bridge and keep my hand empty, and I can't lose. I'm gonna mill him to try to spike Breeding Pool and surgical it. That didn't work, that's fine. Shred you, and I just want to get this out of my hand, and everything is the same and meaningless. And he rightly concedes, having no outs at this point. Alright, so sideboarding here. I want additional removal for the infect creatures, additional removal for Nexus. That actually seems great. The life gain doesn't matter, but killing a creature and getting a pump spell does. Spellskate is great, even though they have Twisted Image. Welding Jar is good because I need to empty my hand and protect things from Nature's Claim and Viridian Corruptor. I think that's the name of the card. And Thoughtseize is better than my other discard because it can Become Immense and I don't care very much about my life total. I don't need Surgical Extraction because they're not doing anything with their graveyard. I don't need Crucible because I don't need to win a late or grindy game. I just need to get established, and the way that I lose is to them just going too fast early, so I don't want the clunky card. I don't want Pyxis of Pandemonium or Ghoul Caller's Bell. I don't want Ghoul Caller's Bell because I don't want to fuel their Become Immense. I don't want Pyxis because they don't have anything I'm trying specifically to exile. I don't need a hard lock because they have so few cards that are relevant once I get set up. And then I can cut one Inventor's Fair because I don't care about the life gain side of it, and I don't need late game tutoring since, again, it's just about the early game. So this will, and obviously I added Ghost Quarter, so I'm just replacing a land. So this will be my deck. He's mulliganed, and I have Spellskite. I don't have green. I'm not playing Forest, so Ghost Quarter isn't a green. So I can't cast any of these things, but I have Spellskite, which is capable of winning a game by itself, although there are a lot of things that make that not happen. This hand is close. I think it's probably too risky. It's really good if I draw a line that taps for green right away, but that could easily not happen. This will work fine. This looks great. So I kind of like to wait for Ancient Stirrings to give myself some draw steps to figure out what I have so that I can stir for what I need. On the other hand, there's not a lot of value to getting the shredder down, whereas if stirring gives me, well, I could start shredding myself, which is some amount of value. Flexibility of stirrings is relevant, and no matter what, I'm basically locked into playing Crane or Abrupt Decay next turn. Abrupt Decay if my opponent plays Bladed Agent, Crane otherwise. I think it's reasonable to Shredder. It also starts getting artifacts into play so that I can potentially turn on a Mox Opal that I draw. So I will Botanical Sanctum and Abrupt Decay the Agent. Now, I think it's likely that he just has another one since he ran it out knowing that I had Abrupt Decay. Viridian Corruptor. That's too bad. Play the Crane, take the thing that I can take, and keep digging. There's a bridge. I don't think there's any reason to play a Welding Jar. If he has another Corruptor, it just lets him get it into play. Oh, I meant to block. I just was off on the timing of my stops because I'm used to having a thing in play that gives me another stop there when I have F8 pressed. That was a very bad not block, but I think it'll be fine. I guess there's only a moderately bad not block. This way this is still around to block Hierarch or something. Alright, so I drew Needle, he played Bladed Agent, so I can play... Oh, no, I drew Abrupt Decay. I already had the Needle. So I'll play Welding Jar first. Glimmer Void. Now I have to decide if I want to play Abrupt Decay or Ensnaring Bridge. If I play Ensnaring Bridge and Needle, I'll have one card in my hand. Then the Bladed Agent could attack and I would die to something like Become Immense and anything. Whereas if I Abrupt Decay the Bladed Agent and then block the Corruptor and then play the bridge next turn, I think I should just be safe. I think it's better to do that. I think I should just name Inkmoth Nexus. It's possible that I don't think trying to cut mana is useful. This is fine. I don't think it matters what I name. I don't think this needle is going to accomplish anything relevant this game. If I draw a land, I get to play around Spell Pierce, which is nice. That counts. So now I'm empty, and I have Bridge with Jar backup, so I'm in a good spot. Let's see what's going on. 2 become immense. Alright. So Pendelhaven become immense. I probably would have died if I did not Abrupt Decay the Blighted Agent. So glad that I got rewarded for playing it that way. Still fine, but I've lost my insurance. My opponent's hand is currently 2 become immense, and I'll be able to get this out of my hand when I draw anything. I think it's fine to just leave it here for now. Thoughts used to figure out if I want to Inquisition. I don't think there's any reason to Inquisition the Vines now. I can just do it later. Oh, the Needle on Nexus is allowing me to not use the Inquisition, so that's something. So I have to play one of these. I can either Inquisition the Vines or just play the Mox Opal. I don't think that I need the mana bump. It is my 5th mana, which would let me use a Codex Shredder to get something back. So I guess if I draw Codex Shredder and hold onto the Opal, it makes me able to Codex Shredder back Welding Jar faster. Whereas if I hold Inquisition, I might get to make my opponent discard. I guess a Spell Pierce doesn't matter at this point. I'll use the Inquisition. Alright, well, that's good. Even by itself, I can sacrifice it the first time that Mete would draw something that would kill me. So it's some amount of insurance. Oh, I should have tapped the Opal first. Not that it matters at all. Don't care about Apostle's Blessing, obviously. I guess I should take the Apostle's Blessing so that my Abrupt Decay can resolve. I don't really care about Abrupt Decaying any of these creatures, though. Matters very little what I do here. I guess I'll take the Become Immense. It contributes to killing me faster with a Noble Hierarch. Alright. Academy Ruins is very good. Spell Pierce is very relevant. Very close to having won this game. Okay. He technically still had a chance, but it was very slim at that point. That is basically how I want and expect the Infect matchup to go most of the time, though.